Every week over at OilersNation.com, we answer your questions with the Monday mailbag. You can read the full article right now over there with our responses from this week's edition with answers from myself, Tyler Remchuk, Zach Lang, and Bag Milk. Jason Greger usually chimes in with an opinion too, along with Cam Lewis. There's typically 5 questions every week, but for this video, we're just going to look at a couple of the questions you guys submitted. The first question comes in from Blake. They ask, how much does home ice advantage matter versus ensuring everyone is as healthy as possible leading into the playoffs? Obviously, the Oilers are in a race right now for second in a Pacific Division versus the LA Kings. Finishing first in the Pacific and beating out Las Vegas feels like a pipe dream, to be honest. Vegas has just got too far ahead of the Oilers now, and despite playing them tonight, it feels like even a win would be too much still for the Oilers to go out and win the division. But obviously, a lot of injuries recently for Edmonton. Connor McDavid still sidelined. Leon Draisaitl just came back, had a big game in the Battle of Alberta. Matthias Ekholm's been off and on. Obviously, Stuart Skinner as well out at the moment. We haven't even seen Trent Frederick since he was acquired from the Boston Bruins, and of course, Evander Kane reportedly out for the remainder of the season. But he is actually on this road trip with them, which could mean he could go to Bakersfield. That'll be an interesting layer of things. But one thing to consider in all of this, and this is what I put in the mailbag you can read at OilersNation.com right now, health is the most important part of this equation. However, the LA Kings at home versus the LA Kings on the road are almost two completely different teams. The Kings at home this season have a 26-4-4 record, and on the road they are 14-19-5. You may remember the Oilers beat them at Rogers Place earlier this season, 1-0 in that game, and obviously lost just coming out of the Christmas break to LA as well in overtime with a controversial call when, you may remember, Stuart Skinner's mask was coming off, but the referees didn't blow the play dead. The Oilers will play the Kings on Saturday night at Crypto.com Arena, so we'll really get an idea of how the Oilers will play if they do go on the road against the Kings this season. But for me, while health is obviously important, I think the Oilers do view that as the number one priority heading into the postseason. I would say getting home ice advantage is almost just as important considering the LA Kings record home and away. Next question comes in from Clay, who asks, what is everyone's take regarding why the Oilers have been so poor defensively this season? You'd think with the same coaching staff that everyone would know the system by now, but there still seems to be a handful of glaring mistakes every single night. Now, I think the mistakes are obviously very clear to see when you watch the Oilers on both nights. Unfortunately, Evan Bouchard makes some pretty glaring errors. Matthias Ekholm lately has been making some pretty bad ones too. But as a few guys pointed out in the Monday mailbag as well, it's not necessarily the system, it's more of those mistakes. And the system is actually working decently well. And I think Zach Lang points it out well in the article. He says, shot attempts against per hour, the Oilers are 4th in the NHL. Shots against per hour, they are 11th in the NHL. These analytics can really get you sometimes. Expected goals against per hour, the Oilers are 17th. Goals against per hour, they are 22nd. Scoring chances against per hour, they are 12th. High danger scoring chances against per hour, they are 7th. And save percentage in the NHL, they are 25th. So basically what Zach is saying in there is, while the mistakes are obvious, and Bag Milk also pointing there, how do you quantify bonehead per 60? Because sometimes you've got the system, but you've still not got the guys making the errors within that. But you still got guys making errors within that space. And the goaltending hasn't been good enough on most nights, and defensively the errors have not necessarily been a system problem, but just the players making mistakes. And unfortunately, it's happening very often for Edmonton at the moment, and hopefully they can cut it out here with 9 games left to go in the season. But if you ever want to submit a question to the mailbag, you can email bagmilk@OilersNation.com, or you can follow him on X at JSBagmilk. And he'll get to you as soon as he can. But every Monday we submit our answers to the Monday morning mailbag, and you can answer your questions answered by sending them in to Bag Milk. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.